Hey, my little sign worked. Okay, so happy that everybody is here today. Just a reminder, I'm Cathy, one of the three teachers that teaches this class. And today we'll be doing um, a full body stretch and strengthen. If you have blocks and weights available, that can be helpful for you. I see a ball can work as block. So Peggy, these are blocks. Do you have any of these types of things? Okay, so not necessary, but you can use books, or keep in mind if this is something that you enjoy, you may want to purchase some blocks eventually. If you don't have weights, you can use Campbell's soup can. Okay, you got some weights, just a really light weight. We're going to try to add a little bit of weights into the class today as well. Okay. Uh, let's go ahead and get our positions set up. I'm sure you can see my feet. Can you see my feet? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get started by taking some big cleansing breaths, breaths that will help us to welcome ourselves to our practice, invite us to be present in the here and now. So a nice breath in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Even with an audible sigh, helps to release some of any anxiety that you may be experiencing. Just help to initiate that relaxation response. Another breath in. And then feel your feet grounded and rooted onto the floor. Shift side to side. Feel the sitting bones connected to the seat. Find that balance between sitting too forward or sitting too far back so that your spine comes straight out of your pelvis. Let's roll your shoulders up and back a few times. Let's take a little inventory of how your body is feeling today. And the question you can ask yourself today during your practice is, what do I need from my body today? What do I need for my practice today? Gently rest your hands onto your thighs. Do you need to create a sense of calm within yourself? Do you just need a little time for yourself? Paying attention to your breath, paying attention to the sensations of your body. Do you need to move your body in a way that helps you to feel stronger, less rigid? Just get a little bit more mobility and freedom of movement in your body. What is it that your body is asking for from you today? And then just invite yourself to be present with that. So if it feels good and safe for you, invite the eyes to gently close, or you can just softly gaze over your knees and begin to bring awareness to the breath. Breathing in through the nose. Notice if you can feel the sensation of the air actually moving into the nostrils, down the throat and into the lungs. This beautiful, powerful breath that is actually able to shift your nervous system from a place of, what do we call it? Not anxiety, but just a place of strong activity to a place of rest, relax, and digest. So take a few breaths in, notice the way the air moves in, and really stay present with the physical sensations of the in-breath. And then move to the awareness of the exhalation. And as you exhale, just notice the sensations of all the points of contact of your body on the chair and on the floor. Getting that sense of being grounded, rooted into this space. The feet growing those vines, rooting into the earth, drawing up the energy from the earth into the legs, feeling the sitting bones rooted into the chair. And then bring your hands over your heart. Notice if you can feel any sensation of your chest rising and falling, or even feeling sensation of your heart beating beneath your hands. And ask yourself, what does my body need today? What do I need from my body today? And take one more full, rich breath in, full breath out. Good. All right, then blink the eyes open. I'm going to get a little bit closer as we start to work some of our hands. And I'm going to have a weight nearby as well. All right. So all we need to see is my hands for now. So we're going to start with a little bit of acupressure of the hands. So coming with the pinky sides of the hands, just gently tap the hands together. If that's not comfortable, you can rub them together or just press them together. These are acupressure points to help create a sense of equanimity and calm in the body. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently come to the heels of the hands, tapping the heels of the hands. This is something you can do when you wake up in the morning before you even get out of bed, just to start your day with a few nice breaths and a little movement in the body. And then bring the sides of the thumbs together, continuing that breath in and breath out. Good. And then interlace the hands, and we're going to just do acupressure in the webs of the fingers. Nice. And then as you interlace the hands, begin to rotate through the wrists. Take it one direction. And then see how it feels if you can go the other direction. It might feel a little weird. Good. And then spread the fingers out, stretched out like starfish. So the pinky and the thumb are as far away from each other as possible. And then bring the fingers together and then whisk them apart. Together and apart, together and apart, together and apart. Good. All righty, keep stretching the hands, stretching the fingers. Now bring your your hands facing each other and make little sock puppets with your hands as the fingers are straight, tapping onto the thumb. We'll chat with each other. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, boy, how are you doing today? All right, and then let's bend the tops of the fingers like bear claws, little bear claws, first joint, and then gently fold the rest of the fingers toward the palm, and then fling the fingers out, bear claws, gentle fist, and fling them out, bear claws, gentle fist, fling. One more time, bear claws, gentle fist. And once you've got that gentle fist, just start to rotate those thumbs. Some of us have that arthritis in the thumb joint. I sure do. And then take your thumbs the other direction, but motion is lotion. So we want to keep those hands really moving. Nice. All right. Now press out through the heel of the hand. I'm going to extend my arms nice and long. Again, really try to stretch out through the backs of the wrist. And then point those fingers down, get a stretch across the top of the wrist, keeping the arms as straight as possible. Soften the shoulders down. Stretch the fingers out wide, press out through the heel, and then bend those fingers down. Just a couple more like that. And then let's find an alternate. So one hand up, one down, and then switch, and switch, switch, and switch. And then one palms up, take one up, one down, and then switch, switch. Start to walk the arms away from you out to the side. Keep rotating those palms up and down. My arms are too long. They're coming out of the screen. And then bring them back again. I have weirdly long arms. There we go. Nice. All right, and then bring the fingertips onto your shoulder. Just start to make a few easy rotations with the elbows. Nice breath in, easy breath out. One more time, breath in, and easy breath out. Good. Now, if you could find your weight for me, please. And we're going to work the wrist a little bit, all right? So I'm going to place my right hand on my right knee, hold the weight in my left hand, and then cross it over the top of my right wrist. So it looks like this. Then we're going to lift up and down. Up. My tremors are bad today. Up. I feel like I say that every day, every time I teach. I guess I just have tough tremors. Up and down. Good. Now, when we do this, we're going to add our facial movements. So I'm going to come a little closer yet again. This is a little musical chairs today. So we're going to keep moving with the wrist, and we're going to do some facial expression, okay? So we're going to go big smile with two, one more, and then a frown. One and two, one more. Okay, now switch hands. So put the weight in your right hand, cross it over your left, put your left hand on top of your knee. All right, I'm just showing you what it looks like. Pretend my hand is resting on my knee. All right, hold it there. And then we're going to do surprise, so wide open mouth, big eyes. Maybe feel your jaw crunching a little bit. Good, keep it moving. And then pucker, mush everything together. Okay, and then we'll do blink, 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 and blink, and blink. Good. All right, let's go ahead and put that weight down now. So we got a lot of wrist movement in. We did our facial expressions. Think how many muscles and neurons were firing in our body as we did two different things at one time. All right, that's what we're kind of trying to do a little bit with some of our yoga practice. Get that brain fitness going. Okay, sitting up nice and tall in your seated mountain, feet are flat on the floor, hands are on the thighs. Use that to help you grow your spine tall. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back a little bit. Chin is parallel to the earth. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to look over the right shoulder. Let your eyeballs keep looking over your right shoulder because that will give you more movement in your neck. So take those eyeballs, pretend like you're trying to find the most important person in the world sitting behind you. Bring your eyeballs back to neutral and your head back to center. We'll go the other way. Nice breath in. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Take the eyeballs over the left shoulder. Keep looking. Maybe you get a little more rotation in that neck. And then come back to center. Lower the chin in the direction of the chest. Try to keep that golden egg under your chin. So we don't want to bring the chin directly onto the chest. Imagine there's a golden egg under your chin you don't want to break. And think about stretching through the back of the neck. And then gently taking the eye gaze up, but not kinking the head all the way back. That will cut off the blood supply to your brain. So just lifting the chin and lengthening those muscles through the neck. And then jut your chin forward, like your bottom teeth are going to come over top of your top teeth so you look like a little Pekingese. Good. And then come back to center, readjust your mouth, and then just kind of bobble your head back and forth a little bit. Nice. Okay, let's work these shoulders a little bit more. So let's start to rotate those shoulders up. Breathe in and out. Another breath in and out. Good. Interlace the hands once again. Elbows point out. Turn your palms away from you as you start to reach the palms up toward the sky, not all the way. And then lower the hands back down. Turn your palms back to face your belly button. All right, so lift up, palms are going to face the sky. Turn to open the shoulder a little bit, and then turn your palms back down towards your belly button. Good. Couple more of those. See if it's possible to lift the arms and straighten the elbows just a little bit more, only to your level of comfort. And back down again. Let's do 2 more of those. So inhale, press the palms away from you and toward the sky. As you exhale, lower the palms back down, facing your belly button. Last one, inhale. Reach those palms up towards the sky. Keep those arms here. Release the hands and open the arms out to the side, pressing the palms down. Now imagine somebody's pushing your hands up as you're trying to press down. So push, 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 press, 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 press. Good. One more time. Inhale those arms to your level of comfort. Whatever that is good for you. Good. And then turn those palms away as you lower the arms back down. Good. And then just roll the shoulders out a couple of times. I'm going to try a little bit of brain fitness again here with that movement. So we're going to take the right arm all the way to whatever's comfortable for you. Left arm's coming halfway up. And then we've lowered left hand down, right hand down. This time we're going to take the left arm all the way up, right arm comes halfway up. So we're like a 3 and a 9 o'clock, right? Now we're going to take the arms forward. The right arm's going to go all the way up. The left arm's going to come halfway. Good. And lower that back down. And the other way, we're going to take that left arm all the way up. Right arm comes halfway. Really getting those brain neurons crossing those hemispheres of the brain. All right, and then go ahead and shake that out. Okay, I'm going to work a little bit of the rotator cuff. So if you know you have rotator cuff issues, be mindful and careful with this. We're going to lock the elbows into our side body. Arms are bent at a 90 degree, palms are open, the fingers are spread wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. That's going to give you a head start with this. And then start to walk the hands away from you as if you're serving a warm chocolate chip cookie to someone on each side of you. And then we're going to crisscross, taking left over right, crisscross in front of you. And then open back up again. Nice breath in. Elbows stay locked into the side body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to take right over left this time. Good. Open up again. Keep them open. And this time we're going to open and close the right hand slowly. Open and close the right hand slowly. And open and close the left hand quickly. And notice if your toes are wiggling too. Good. All right. Stop that. Cross left over right. Open back up again. Now we're going to go quickly with the left and slowly with the right. Open, close quickly with the left, slowly with the right. And if this feels weird or foreign to you, that's okay. That's your brain telling you, I have never done this before. Why are we doing this? But it's really good for our brain. And then turn the palms down, take a break. Breath in and breath out. All right, reach the arms forward. Turn the palms up, make a fist with the hands, draw the elbows to the side body, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart space up just a little bit. Take your eye gaze up like we did before, just stretching the muscle, the lines of the neck, but not kinking the neck back. And then we're going to turn our palms forward, press out through the hands, right? Spread the fingers wide. And then make that fist again like you're pulling something in towards you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart space up just a little bit. Look up to the seam of the ceiling and the wall, no higher. And then press forward, stretch those hands, make a fist with the palms, draw those elbows together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's do that 2 more times with the breath. So we're going to take a breath in to prepare, and then exhale with a and inhale, pull forward, lift the heart. That's when exhale. And inhale, bring the hands back to the side body, lower the hands down. Good. Okay, now we're going to grab the weights again. Oh, I left mine up there. Grab the weights. Now this is optional. I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do with this. So it's going to work on strengthening the shoulder. So be mindful of where your shoulders are today. So for one hand, we're going to take that right hand and just hold it up overhead. So if you get the bones lined up, it's a little bit easier to hold up overhead. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep your elbow down and kind of rest it on your shoulder. So find what works for you. Now with the left hand, we're going to take the arm up and down. Take it up and down. If you notice, we're holding the right arm stable the whole time. Again, working on strength as well as getting the right and left side to do two different things. Let's do one more. And then next time that left arm is up, leave it there and bring your right arm down. Press it up and down. Good. Up and down. Notice if you're feeling any fatigue, you can lower that extended arm down. Two more. Up and last one. Up and bring them both down now. Just give your shoulders a little roll. Nice. Okay. Now this next one I find challenging. So there's options here. You can keep your elbows bent and low, or if it feels okay for you to bring the elbows more in line with the shoulders. The palms are facing me. Now you're going to bring the arms toward each other and the palms are facing each other. Then open those arms out again, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So maybe press those palms back and away and then come forward, bringing those elbows toward each other. Just a couple more of these. It's a lot of range of motion as well as strength of the shoulders. Be mindful and kind to yourself. And compassion, self-compassion is no judgment, right? It's awareness, self-awareness without judgment. Let's do the last one. One more. And then release that. And let's lower those elbows down. And we'll put those weights down again. And remember how to do it mindfully. I always like to turn toward where I'm going to lower it, support my weight with my forearm, lower the weight down one at a time, all right? Because we don't want to cause any lower back discomfort with playing with these weights, all right? So try to be mindful about that. Okay, now with summer being here, how many of you were ever tennis players or like to play tennis still or pickleball or had done any racket? Okay, we got some hands there. So you're going to laugh at my tennis stroke because I don't play tennis. Whenever I would try, it would always go not just over the net, but it went over the fence. I was never any good at it. So we're going to start with our forehands. So take your, I'm going to use my left hand and we're going to just take that racket all the way back and we're going to swing it up and over. And I know you have to have a good follow through. I'm going to see those tennis players and you can see that arm still doing what it's supposed to do, right? So just do a couple of nice forearms with that left arm. Maybe get a good swing going through there. We're in the summertime, so we want to get that good summertime activity going. Let's do one more. All right, now let's take it to the other side. Hold on to that racket, swing it up, and release and you can take it back as far as you want to, as far as feels good for you. Let's do two more. Hit that tennis ball. I guess I got tennis on my mind watching the Wimbledon one. Okay, now we're going to do backhand. So take that left hand, you're going to cross it in front of you, right? Cross it in front of you diagonally on the right side, and then you're going to swing it up and over and open that arm out as much as you can, right? To get a good follow through. Come back down. How's my stroke, guys, that play tennis? Is it any good? And swing. Good. We like these nice big movements. With Parkinson's and like any movement disorder, we want to try to get as much of a big movement as possible and keep those arms and limbs moving in big ways. All right, last one. All right, let's go to the other side. So cross over and swing up and back, swing up. And now you probably can see why my ball goes over the fence. My husband plays every day. And he can't understand why I can't do it, but whatever. We all have our special talents, right? Last one. Good. All right. Shake that out. Okay, now we're going to do another summer sport, which is a little bit of swimming. So we're going to start with a weird breaststroke. So bring your hands together in front of your heart. All right, and then turn your palms toward me. So you're getting a nice stretch across the backs of the wrists. All right, so your palms are together, your wrists are facing your chest. Now extend your arms forward, keep pressing your hands together. Now turn your palms away from each other. Now the backs of the hands are facing each other, and sweep the water away. All right, bring your hands together, press forward, turn the palms away from you, and sweep that water away. Again, just try to pretend this is a breaststroke. I'm not even sure if I'm doing that right. I took swimming lessons, but we never did this one. Press forward and press the water away. Let's do two more. See how this gets your shoulders? All these fun summer activities are all so good for your body. All right, let's do a backstroke. So let's start with the right arm. Lift that arm up over, back and away. And let's take the other arm. Do a little backstroke here and some range of motion in that shoulder. Those of you who are dealing with shoulder issues, be mindful. Honor your body for where it is today. Good. And a couple more. I'm wondering if Carolyn's getting back in the pool. She's a big swimmer. All right, one more each way. 1 and 2, good. All right, let's do our freestyle. So that's gonna go the other direction, right? Maybe the elbow bends as it comes around. Looks like we got some good swimmers in the group here. All right, 2 more. 1 and 2, good. Whew. All right, my shoulders are tired. I don't know about you guys. Give them a couple rolls. Give yourself a hug. Nice breath in, big breath out. If you have water, take a breath. This heat requires a lot of hydration, right? Nice breath in, big breath out. Shake it all out. I'll give you a second to get your water. Can't drink enough water, right? Not in this heat. Whew, even sleeping. All right, looks like good job, guys, with your water. Okay, take your feet a little bit about as wide as your mat. I'm going to scooch back a little bit more so we're do some feet now. Can't tell if you can see my feet or not. Hands on your thighs, and we're going to just start with some torso circles. So here, just feel the shift of the sitting bones going side to side. Feel how the weight is shifting. Get as deep into this as feels good in your body. I always call this the reset. That's one of my favorite things to do. Kind of go the other direction then. Things are starting to spiral out of control. Join the spiral and kind of reset it. Take control. Good. Okay. Bring your feet back to hip distance apart. We'll do some cat-cow. So we're going to slide. If you do not have osteoporosis, you can go into cat. Now, if you have osteoporosis, I'd prefer you stay neutral, but you can do the cow pose, all right, the open heart pose. But we don't want to increase our risk of wedge fracture. So if you do not have osteoporosis, go ahead and slide your hands over your knees, chin to the chest, round your back body. Feel the shoulder blades spread across your back. And as you inhale, straighten your spine back up. Slide the heels of hands towards your hips, elbows point back, lift that heart space up. Same thing with our neck, right? Not throwing our head back, just lifting the chin. Now with the breath, exhale as you round into cat. And inhale as you lift and shine that beautiful heart forward. Good. What is my heart and body asking of me? What does it need from me? Maybe just a little breath, right? Lift the heart into cat. Exhale, round into cow. Oops, that's cat, sorry. Lift the heart into cow pose. Exhale into cat. Just a couple more at your own breath. I'm just going to take a peek and see how everybody's doing with this. Are you doing okay? Good, Bob? And Carolyn, Jim and Janet, Linda. And Peggy and Mary. And good. Looks good. Okay. Now come back to neutral and just take a second to notice how your body feels after kind of moving that spine around. We're going to come to a forward fold. So hands are going to rest on the thighs. Press your hands into your thighs to lengthen, get tall. Draw the belly in to support your spine and hinge forward as far as feels good in your body. Keep the spine nice and straight and keep your head and neck in alignment. And then press back up, pressing the hands into the thighs, keeping you long and tall. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. If you need your thighs, hands on your thighs, use them. If not, use the strength of your core to lift yourself back up. Cardinals right outside my window. Hi, Mom. Hinge forward. Lift back up. One more time, lengthen. And hinge forward again. Good. And lift back up. All right, beautiful. Okay, if you have blocks, great, let's use them now. If you don't, you can hold your hands onto the side of your chair or on your thighs, whatever is more comfortable for you. We're just going to start by tick-tocking side to side to warm up our side body. And if you're not getting any sensation with your blocks this high, you can lower them to a deeper, shorter position so you get a little bit deeper into this. All right, we're looking to get some awakening in the side body muscles. This hurts your lower back. Support yourselves firmly with your hands on the chair or on the side. Next time you're on that right side, stay there. Keep your fingertips on your thigh, chair, or blocks. Put your left hand on your hip with the elbow pointing back. Lift the heart space forward. You can stay here or bring your fingertips to your shoulder. You can come to goal post. You can reach the arm up overhead, or you can really bring that upper arm in line with the ear. That's a big stretch there. Let's come out of it the same way. Arm's going to reach toward the sky. Elbow bends to goal post. Fingertips to the shoulder and hand to the hip. Let's do that one more time. Fingertips to the shoulder. Arm comes to goal post. Arm reaches overhead. Upper arm in line with the ear. Stay here. Good. And then let's reverse that. Fingertips to the sky. Fingertips to the shoulder. I think I did that backwards. Goal post. Hand to the hip. And use that strength to lift back up. Make a couple circles just to reset. Nice. And then we'll just tick-tock a couple more times. And then next time we find ourselves on that left side, stay there. Hand stays on the chair or the block. Right hand on the hip, elbow points back. Sit up nice and tall. Fingertips on the shoulder. Goal post. Arm to the sky. Upper arm in line with the ear. Arm to the sky. Goal post. Fingertips to the shoulder. And hand to the hip. Next, last one. Fingertips to the shoulder. Goal post. Up to the sky. Upper arm in line with the ear. Sky. Goal post. Shoulder. Hip. And come on back up. Whew. Reset that spine. Good. A couple little circles. Nice. Okay. Let's do what we call now a rainbow twist. So we're going to put right hand on the right thigh, left hand on top of it. Feet are going to go a little bit wider. So we're creating this beautiful rainbow with our hands. We're going to take that left hand and reach it up overhead, make a rainbow arc, and then drop it down behind you diagonally to your on your left side. And I've got a block in the way. I can't get my arm down any further. And then we reach that arm up overhead again, big breath in, and then stack those hands on top of each other. We've really warmed these shoulders up. Now we're adding a little twist to it. Inhale as you make that rainbow arc out to the diagonal left, and then cross it back over top of you, bringing left hand on top of right. One more time, inhale, exhale, and then breathe in, reach that arm back up, and stop right there. Take your hands to the other side. Now Left hand's on the knee, right hand's on top, sitting up nice and tall. Full breath in as we reach that right arm up overhead, arc it, and drop it back behind you. Inhale, reach it back up, nice rainbow. And anybody see a rainbow yesterday in that crazy storm? Inhale up, exhale, lower. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist. Last twist. Inhale, reach up, twist toward that right side, and then reach back up again and back to center. Good. Hands back to the thigh. Walk your hands back to center. Bring your feet together. Just rock your knees gently side to side. If you are allowed to take the knee in toward the midline, you can also take your knees in and out if that feels better for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay. Now we're going to walk our feet out to a little wider than the mat if you're able to get them a little bit wider. All right, we're looking for some nice stretch and opening in the hips. So be mindful if you've had hip issues that you need to honor where your hips are today and what your PT or your doctor has told you. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands onto our thighs, get nice and tall. Full breath in. We're going to hinge forward, looking for that stretch in the inner thigh. Keep the head and neck in alignment so the spine is super straight and the neck sits right on top of the spine without flopping down. We keep that head nice and straight. And then lift back up. Full breath in, lengthen, exhale, hinge forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. Reach as far forward as feels comfortable. Notice if you feel any sensation in those inner thighs. And then maybe using that core strength to lift you back up. We're going to bring the left shoulder toward the right knee to get a stretch across the back left flank. So that left shoulder comes in the direction of the right knee. And back to center, other way. Right shoulder toward the left knee. And back to center one more time each way. And lift and back. Oh, that one feels so good. That's the only way you're going to get this stretch back there where that kidney is. Ooh, okay. Now this next one is called gather and sow. And I want to think about what your body needs. What do you need from the earth? What do you need from the universe? Because we're going to gather it. We're going to scoot down and gather it. Now, if that doesn't feel good on your lower back, keep your hands on your thighs and hinge forward. And then when you sit up, you can still sow and throw all that good energy back out to the universe. So if you feel like you can gather without your hands on your thighs, do so. But if you need it, gather all that is good, take what you need from the universe, and then give it back. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward, gather what you need, and inhale as you share it with the universe, right? So gather and sow. Ooh, looking up towards the sky, gather and sow. Last one. Really stretch that torso up. Take the arms only to your level of comfort. Bring the hands together and come down to your heart. Walk your feet back toward the midline. If you have blocks, find your blocks. And we're going to put them in front of us like little shoes, okay? If you don't have blocks, just use your feet, all right, on the floor. If you have blocks, put them on the blocks, but take your heels off the block so only your toes are on the block. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so my toes are on the blocks, my heels are hanging down. What we're looking to do is to get a calf stretch. A lot of times our ankles and our calves get really tight, right? So what I'd like you to try to do here, and if you are, our feet are on the floor, you're just going to lift heel, toe. Heel, toe. You're just going to do some nice heel toe movements with your toes connected to the earth and your heels lifted. If you've got blocks, I want you to lift your toes up and then drop your heels down to the point where your heels are lower than your toes. So you're getting a stretch in the Achilles and a stretch in the calf. Be careful and mindful. Don't overdo it, please. I've had a friend do this and she had some Achilles strain. So be mindful. So lift the heels up and lower the heels down. heels up and down. Okay, so we're gonna, next time we have the heels down, we're gonna hold them there for just a minute and then hinge forward a little bit, and that will enhance that stretch in the back of the Achilles and the calf. If that's too much, then back off, okay? Hold there for a breath, and then lift back up, okay? So now what I want to do is grab your weights again if you could. Now that you've got that moved down, we're going to grab those weights. Toes are on the blocks, and if you're not using weights, still go through the range of motion with your arms, all right? So arms are going to hang down by your side, toes are hanging off the block. We're going to lift our toes up and bring the fingertips to the shoulders for a bicep curl. And then, oh, wait a minute, sorry, make it a hammer curl. So your palms are facing each other. That's what I wanted to do, a hammer curl. So your palms are facing each other. Lower the heels down, hinge forward, and press the arms back for a little triceps press. And the heels are pointing down, all right? Sit back up, hammer curl, weights to the shoulders, toes on the ground, heels are lifted. And then lower the heels down, hinge forward, press those weights back for a triceps press. All right, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see that again. All right, toes are lifted, bicep curl, and then heels are lowered as we go into a tricep press. A few more of those as we lift, keep long and tall, keep that core strong, and then hinge forward, press those arms back. Lift with a bicep curl, lower the heels with a triceps press. A couple more of these. I'm going to come back to center. Keep moving. Look how many neurons are being fired with all this different movement we're doing in our body. Squeeze the muscles that you're trying to strengthen. So squeeze your bicep, squeeze your upper arm muscle, and then squeeze the back of the arm muscle. Two more, ready? Heels lift, bicep curl, heels lower, triceps press. One more. Lift and lower, good. All right, now we're gonna put the blocks on our thigh muscle. If you do not, blocks, the weights on our thigh, all right? If you do not have weights, I want you to press your hands into your legs to create a little bit of resistance. But what we're gonna try to do here is sitting up nice and tall, and if your lower back is giving you a fit today, I want you to press all the way back in the chair so your lower back is pressed against the back of the chair. If your back is okay, sitting up tall, feet are on the blocks, we're going to do a slow march as we lift one foot up off the earth. Hold it, and if you are not using weights, press your hand into your leg to create resistance. Lower that back down. Lift the foot. If it's too much to use weights, let the weights go. If you don't want to press your hand into your thigh, if it's enough just to lift your leg, don't do it, all right? Just get a little bit of movement with that leg lifting and lowering. Need to keep these quadriceps and these hip flexors strong so that we can get up out of a chair. This is a really slow march. Okay, let's do two more on each side. Keep the torso long and tall. Good. Lift, and last one on each side. Good. Okay, take your feet off the blocks, put the weights down mindfully. And then we are going to put our feet back up on the blocks again. Sitting on the edge of the chair now, we're going to do what's called a yoga sit back. Try to get our core strong, okay? So sitting up really tall, if it feels okay on the edge of your chair, you're going to pull away from the front of the chair. Hands are going to crisscross, lift those elbows up. So it looks like this from the side. Whoop, almost fell off the chair. Walk your feet a little bit further out so your knees are at about a 45-degree bend, and press your feet into the floor or the block, depending on what you're using. Sit up tall, draw the belly in. If you're having lower back pain, you're going to hinge forward and back with your hands supporting your thigh. If your back is fine today, you're going to lift those elbows, draw that belly in, lean back just a little bit until your shoulders hit the back of the chair, and then imagine there's a golden string pulling you back up as one unit. All right, so we're going to lean back and then come back forward. Again, if your lower back saying not today, thanks, hands are on the thighs, we're hinging forward a little bit and back. There's something for everyone. You can use blocks or no blocks, okay? Let's do a few more of these. How does this feel in your body? Really using that core strength to help you lean back and lift back up. Good. Let's do 3 more. These are something you can do every single day that will really help to build that strength in that midsection that helps stabilize everything else. Last one. Sit back and forward. Nice. Whew. Let's release that. So take your feet nice and wide and then just lean forward with your elbows on your thighs. Take a breath and just let your belly hang. Just let it all out. You may feel a little rush of blood to the back of the back or wherever you were holding on to tension. Just invite that to release. One more breath and release. Good. Okay. All right. All right. Now, again, if the lower back is hurting, you should be sitting in the back of the chair. But if not, we're going to all scoop up our leg and make some circles with the ankle. Notice if your back hurts, lean back in the chair. That's perfectly fine. If not, try to keep your back away from the back of the chair, and you can either hold on to your leg or not. You decide, depending on where you are today. I want you to think about what your favorite season is and write it in cursive with your big toe. So what's your favorite season? And write it in cursive with your big toe. That's going to get good range of motion in all of the muscles of that ankle. Let's go to the other side. Make some circles with the ankle, one direction, holding or not holding, you decide. Maybe one leg lets you hold it, the other one says, nah, give me a little help. This time I want you to write your favorite day of the week with your big toe. That's a hard one. Doesn't have to be your absolute favorite, but maybe one of your favorite. Good. Okay, lift that down. All right, now we're going to do a little agility dance with our feet. So we're going to go heel, toe, heel, toe. So we're going to take that right foot and put the heel on the floor, toes are towards the ceiling, and then bring the toe, bend the knee and bring the toes under the chair. So it's heel and toe, but we're going to add our arms to that. So when your right foot is forward, your left arm is forward, and then switch. Heel and toe, heel and toe. Good. Heel and toe. Try to swing those arms, get some little bit of freedom, a little bit of jazz arms going, right? Heel and toe. Let's do 2 more. Heel and toe and heel and toe. Good. Let's go to the other side. Left foot's going to come forward. You're on the heel. And then the toe comes under the chair. Heel and toe. Now we're going to extend our left foot, right arm. Heel and toe. Swing those arms. Good. And heel, toe, and heel. Good. And heel and toe, heel and toe. Good. Now we're going to take our leg out to the sides. We're going to start with the right. We're going to take it out to the side and in. So I'm just staying on my tiptoes this time. Go at your own speed. When your leg is out, your arms are out. When your leg comes back, your fingertips come together in front of your heart. So open and together, out, together, and out, together. Good. This is a little cardio as well. We're moving some big muscles, big movements here. Last one. All right, let's take the other side. This time we're going to go up and down. So we're going to go up, arm out, arms up, leg out, and down, leg in. Up and down, good. Up and down, nice. Up and down, good. 2 more. And up. Whew. Now bring your hand to your heart. Now you may be able to really feel it. Easy breath in, easy breath out. All right. If you choose, we're going to come to standing. If you choose, if you have orthostatic hypotension, you can pump your heels up and down to get that blood flowing into your calf muscles. If you're going to stand up mindfully. You can also do these next few things sitting down. All right, and I'll show you. Sitting down, we're doing loose coat sleeves. So we're just going to kind of sit on the edge of the chair and rock our arms side to side with a little twist. If you're going to stand, please stand. Bring the chair so that you have it to hold on to. I'll turn sideways so you can see. And we're just going to rock side to side. So you can do that in the chair as well. Okay. This feels nice release for the lower back. Okay, now come to your nice mountain pose. Feet are flat on the earth. Get the feet rooted. If you're sitting in the chair, your sitting bones are rooted. Your feet are into the ground. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, turn the palms away, lower the arms down. Same within the chair. 2 more of those. Breathe in and out. 1 more, last one. Breathe in, palms together, and hands come down to your heart. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. We're going to work the glute muscles a little bit. I'll show you how to do that sitting first, but I'm going to get those of you standing started. So please hold the back of your chair. Step your right foot back behind you and squeeze your right glute. Get it activated. Lean forward a little bit so you don't arch your lower back. You should feel nothing in your lower back. I just want you to flex your foot, lead with your heel, and lift and lower that foot. All right. If that doesn't feel good, to lift your foot off the ground, step back and forward, back and forward. Or you're going to stand on one foot and lift that leg. You're going to do both sides. All right. So do about 10 on one side and then switch. If you're in the chair, we're going to lift that leg up, hold on to it, and we're going to bend the knee and extend. Bend the knee and extend. Good, bend the knee. All right, if you have done one side and you're standing, please do the other side. All right, and we'll go with the other leg sitting. Bend the knee toward the chest and extend. You're holding on with your arms under your thighs to give it a little bit of support. Those standing should have done the second side by now. Good. Okay. Now the last one we're going to do standing is you're going to take your leg out to the side. All right. So you're doing a little bit of a side movement, really working that abductor movement, getting that hip joint. These hip muscles need to stay strong. If that's not going to work for you, you're going to step out and together, out and together. I want you to do 10 on each side. And if you're sitting in the chair, kind of already done this, but we're going to take it out, abduct and adduct, out and in. Really can't do too many of these unless your hip. Remember, if your hip is under tender loving care, be mindful of that. Listen to your body. What does it need today? Good. Last one. Hopefully you've done both sides. Good. All right. And then if you're standing, bring your feet together. Just do some nice big circles with your torso. Get the knees involved, get the hips involved, get the ankles involved, and then take it the other direction. We're sitting in the chair and then do some nice circles with the torso. Okay. All right. And then have a seat. Oh, whew. I'm a little short of breath. That was a workout. Y'all did great. All right, let's bring our hands to our heart. And one of the Parkinson's Research Foundations talks about the gratitude meditation, which I've taught you multiple times. But when you're thinking about gratitude, if you feel like you can come to a place of gratitude, some days you just don't feel it. But if today is one of those days, you feel it, I want you to come up with something really specific that you feel grateful for. Not just, oh, my family, but here, let me give you an example. We had a tree fall on our house last night. I am so grateful because 3 minutes before that tree smashed down, my grandchildren were standing in that exact same spot. I did not sleep a wink last night thinking about them being smashed. But I am so grateful that they are safe. And I don't care what the house looks like. I am so grateful that my grandchildren are safe. So when you get that detailed in your gratitude, that's a dramatic one for me, it changes your perspective, all right? You don't worry about the little things as much. So think about something you might really feel grateful for. Take a couple of breaths and see if you can't press that into your heart, even imagining an opening in the center of your heart. So as you breathe in all that gratitude. And as you exhale, just a sense of peace, maybe joy or love. Breathing in that gratitude through that opening in the center of your heart, the lungs are expanding. And then as you exhale, just bringing any joy that you might feel that comes from that gratitude back into your hands, that you can spread that out to the universe. Just a couple more. And when you feel ready, lowering your hands down to your thighs and sitting in a comfortable place of Shavasana, which is where we let everything that's happened in our practice today just absorb into all our tissues. And it is 2 o'clock. If you need to go, I completely understand. If you'd like to sit for a minute, 1 minute, we'll do a minute of just Shavasana where you can breathe and be quiet. I'll be quiet. Please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you feel ready, begin to awaken with wiggling fingers and toes, gently turning your head side to side. Taking a nice breath in, moving in any way that feels good for you. Nice big stretch, arms up overhead. And hands come to the heart space in Anjali Mudra, the mudra of offering. And please know that all the light and love that's in my heart honors that same light and love in each of yours. Thank you so much for allowing me to facilitate your practice today. Bow your head to honor your own practice, and then gently blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha, your community, with Namaste. I'm going to take the recording there.